The Headless Horseman is a ComiColor cartoon from 1934. This is directed by Iwerks, Shamus Culhane and Eugster. It's written by Otto Englander, Ben Hardaway and George Miller, based of course on The Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Washington Irving. And it's okay, had I never seen or heard of Sleepy Hollow or Ichabod Crane, then I probably wouldn't have anything to compare it to, and I'd probably think it was pretty interesting. Compared to pretty much every other version I've seen, it's not that great. But on its own, it's quite interesting, and we have some really interesting animation as well. Some slightly awkward animation at times, but generally it's pretty good. Ichabod is reading The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and then he goes to Katrina Van Tassel's party and vies for her attention, but of course there's a bit of competition, and that's pretty much it. I don't want to say exactly what happens with that, but the Sleepy Hollow Headless Horseman aspect does come into it, and I thought that was very well done and certainly very well animated, very engaging. The colour palette is generally really pleasing, but it does get quite dark at one point when they're depicting nighttime. It's not done in a way that's very good. I think there are ways to show a nighttime scene without making it come across as dull and not that nice to look at, and unfortunately they just didn't do it on this occasion. But that is quite brief. It doesn't last for too long. The majority of the animation is actually at the party, and we have a lot of different characters. There's a lot to look at, a lot going on. Visually, it is actually pretty good. I also really like the design of Ichabod Crane. It's not what I think Ichabod Crane looks like when I close my eyes and picture the character, but purely for this cartoon, I think the character actually looked pretty good, and I rather enjoyed the character. If you've never seen anything about The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, I would recommend Tim Burton's film above all others, but if you've never seen or read anything, I'd say maybe don't make this your introduction. But if you're already familiar with the story, then it's good fun. It's a nice way to explore the story in a slightly different way with some generally nice animation. Certainly the characters in this look really good, and the character of Ichabod Crane is one that I really liked as well. By no means is this my favourite ComiColor, but that being said, I did enjoy it, and I do recommend it, just maybe not as your introduction to Sleepy Hollow.